Just take us through that touchdown you had with the fumbled snap and everything. Can you just take us through what you were seeing there?
Yeah, they changed up a little bit their defense, just a little bit out of my reach there, and then you got to play ball. So, Scott Trey, he was obviously supposed to get the ball, and he did a good job of continuing him to play, and he got a huge block there on the backside, and there's just a hole, so just make a play.
A lot of talk with Dowler early, so how much do you think that sort of set the tone for you guys?
Yeah, he's a stud, so we got to find ways every single week to get him the ball, and I think we've done a really good job of that. Early on, we had a lot of opportunities, and he was the receiving end of those, so it was pretty special. He's a great guy. I love him, so it was exciting to see his success today.
You guys spread the ball around a lot early in the first half. You were running it a lot. Ty had a few plays, a fake reverse, things like that. So how much was that game plan stuff, or just kind of the course through the game that you guys were trying to get it in different guys' hands?
Yeah, we have a lot of playmakers. This team's very deep. We got to be able to spread them. The 53 and a third, and in vertical as well. And ultimately, I think we did a good job. A lot goes to Coach Walker there, getting us ready, having a great scheme. Getting us prepared that way, and then obviously going out there and guys, being ready and taking in this moment and enjoying it and going and making plays.
What can you say about your offensive line, not just today, but this entire season? Everything stems from them, just the credit you can give them.
Yeah, they're the backbone of our offense. Everyone knows that, and everybody knows that we run the ball, and they show up every single week and refuse to let a team stop us. So, those guys, I just am so appreciative of them. They're a group that loves each other. They love this team. They sacrifice, as much as anybody, and I couldn't be more grateful for them.
Obviously, in 2021, you guys won a semifinal 31-17, play North Dakota State. I guess, have you thought at all just the full circle nature of this, kind of going back to Frisco as a senior now?
Yeah, it's absolutely a blessing to keep playing football into January, and that's what we're all about here at Montana State. That's what we've been about here for 4 years. We came up short there 2 years ago, and obviously last year didn't go the way we wanted to, but we're back to where we belong, and that's what we're all about.
You in that 2021 game, you had twice as many carries than you did today. Still, obviously, a season high today. So he just takes through the running and comparing and contrasting your performance 3 years ago and this one today.
Yeah, it's night and day. I'd have to imagine, and most people for sure will notice that as well. And it's just that when I was a freshman going in there, it was overwhelming. It was too much for me. It really was. And so, ultimately what we did was we were able to get the ball in my hands, and I was just trying to make plays the entire game. And but we have a lot of other guys who are able to distribute the ball now too, and we're able to hand it off and sit behind them, get the push with the offensive line and make plays with that +1 run game. When you just catch it and run, it can get very physical, and there's a lot of impact, and that's ultimately why I haven't been able to finish the past 3 seasons our last game. And so it's just a blessing to be healthy at this point in the season, and just continuing to have our offense just be successful.
The final home game for you seniors, just when you were sharing that moment on the field in this locker room, can you kind of take us inside this senior group and what this last one meant at Bobcat Stadium?
Yeah, we obviously knew it was going to come at some point. We put ourselves in a position because of our regular season to play it out here, and we knew that home field advantage, that's one of our staples downstairs. That's what we preach, and ultimately got that, and we just a testament to the entire team doing everything they possibly can to give us every opportunity we can at Bobcat Stadium this season. And so it's just been an absolute blessing to play for those fans, play for the state, play in Bozeman, and those fans are just rocking today. So so appreciative of them and for the what they've done for us and what they've done for the senior class.
Coach Vigan said on Monday that Brody, he has no doubt in his mind it's going to go down as an all-time great. To see him get that fumble, final one, Bobcat Stadium, just what was that moment like, and how do you kind of describe what he means to this program?
Yeah, Brody's a stud. I think that he is just a wrecking ball out there, and when I watch from the sideline, they always have a guy chipping them when they're pass setting. They do certain things just to make it extremely difficult on him, and he's the focus of every single offense. And so, it's a testament to how he takes care of his body day in and day out, so he can be out there on Saturday and be successful, and just how he's prepared his entire life. And he's just a stud. I love that guy, and I'm excited to be able to play another game with him.
getting in a game like this where you get a whole bunch of resistance, I mean, that was a tough team that you guys just played. So what was that like for you guys since you've been in so many of these games where you guys have just taken care of business in such lopsided fashion?
Yeah, I mean, every game always starts 0-0, so we always have to earn that right to, blow a team out, and we obviously were able to do that. But, every game, certainly starts with that opportunity at 0-0, and you got to go out there and play. And so I suppose to some extent, we played in, halves and three quarters of tight football games, and, ultimately we've been successful there to blow teams out. I'm with you, but no, I mean, I think we just our team's built for 4 quarters of football, for 60 minutes, and that's what we're all about. So I had no doubt in my mind when we got to that fourth quarter. Our offense had kind of sailed out there a little bit to the end of the third, and that we were going to be able to be the difference. Our defense was going to get stops, and guys were going to be able to play all 60 minutes and get us that win.
In a game where field position is so important, how big is it to have a weapon like Brendan Hall who can flip the field like that?
Yeah, it's invaluable. That guy is, he's just got an absolute bazooka for a leg. It's unbelievable. We see it every single day at practice. Fortunately, we haven't really punted a whole lot, and when we have, we've been in good situations where he doesn't have to, let it loose. But, I think all of, the entire country got to see what he's all about when we, when he lets that thing go.
Can you pinpoint a moment this season where you guys maybe had something special going?
I think that it probably goes back all the way to January last year, just how hungry we were when we first got back. If you want to talk about within the season, I think that New Mexico game was very, was a staple of what we were all about here, and just kind of got that ball rolling. We finished last season with 2 losses, and being able to, build up and grow the entire offseason, come back and then go play New Mexico, beat down 17, twice, and to go and find a way to win. It's just a testament to what we had done in the offseason and how different we were this season.
You mentioned the overwhelming nature of the game 3 years ago. Remember you were crying after the game ended or right at the end. How did you feel this time? What was kind of the last moments of this game?
Yeah, I mean, back in 21, I never really thought about what was beyond any of the games. It was, we really, shoot, I don't know if we should really be here. And so when we just kept winning, it was like, wow. I mean, like, our defense was just unbelievable, but on offense, it was just kind of like, just these unrealistic, crazy plays were just happening over and over and over again, and somehow we were able to keep winning games. So I never really thought of what was beyond that semifinal game against South Dakota State back then. So when when I sat there and I actually realized that we were going to a national championship game, it was, it was overwhelming. And like I said, well, it was overwhelming because I was just so happy, and it was like, wow, like, I want to do everything I could to help those seniors get as many games as they possibly could. And so, when we ultimately made it all the way, it was very, I just had a lot of love in my heart, and it was overwhelming with it in that way. So yeah.
I think every college senior wants their last year to be a special one. The fact that it's gone this way, how would you describe what that's meant to you?
Yeah, it's a blessing, certainly, as you just talked about. Everyone has the idea that their senior year they go and play in the national championship game and they ultimately win it. And I think that it's certainly a blessing to be able to do that with this group of guys who's battled so much over these last 4.5 years, and so yeah, it's unbelievable, and we're excited to get another opportunity.
And another opportunity against North Dakota State. Just how excited are you to face them again?
Yeah, I can't wait to play them.
All right, we done with Tommy?